All right, now that we are done assigning paint effects and noise effects, let's go to proxies. So what our proxies are, it enables us to create geometry or objects outside of the scene that stylize it. So let's get to it. Let's create a sphere that could be a proxy. So right now this sphere is basically just a sphere with a material that is not supported by MNPRX. That's why it's like that. But what happens if we come here and assign it a proxy value? Once we have that, we have our proxy here. And I want this proxy, I'm gonna add it some noise effects, but the noise effects that I'm gonna add is just color bleeding. I just want it to be bleeding. So we have that. As you can see, this invisible object, let me just disable Maya's render here for a bit. There we go. So this invisible proxy is, as you can see, is stylizing everything that's behind it, as you can see here. So let's get that back in. And I'm going to put it here, for example, to bleed out these elements a bit. Let me switch to the camera so we can better see what we're doing. So I'm right now bleeding this. Something quite interesting is not everything's bleeding. I think that there's just certain effects where bleeding shouldn't happen. Oh wait, now we're having it. So as you can see, we have bleeded this part of the scene because it's stuff that is not really that important. And I can use this proxy and material to also stylize different parts of the scene. Let me make this a bit smaller so that we have some indication of that. We don't need this right now. So we can duplicate this, make it a bit bigger, for example, and put it somewhere else. So if you were to want to bleed everything that's around here, you can do so as well. But right now, I'm more interested in bleeding a very small part. But wait, this one has also a feathering attribute that will make it feather out. So it's gonna make it, give it a bit nicer look. Oh, there it is. So it's, the transition is gonna be much nicer. Let's make this even smaller, just on one side of it. Yep, get it bigger. Yes, so that one side of it is bleeded, just for the fun of it. I also don't like how kind of spotted this is, and this is because of the noise effect, so we can check which one it is. I'm thinking it's this one. Let's see. No, that one's actually quite nice. Might be bleeding, so let's check. Yep, it was the bleeding there that I didn't like too much. So if I'm putting bleeding, it needs to be way bigger scale. Otherwise it just looks strange. That looks kind of cool. All right, we have that. I also noticed that here I find the noise a bit too close together. So let me change that. Maybe with a global attribute I can change it. But this is gonna need to be done manually. So let me 0.05. Yeah, that's a bit more natural, especially if you're rendering at bigger resolutions. All of this noise becomes a lot more higher frequency, so you need to take that into account. So we have that there. Maybe I duplicate this and put another one here, just for the fun of it. Let's bring this a bit further back. Yeah, just adding a bit of irregularities. I mean, you can add a lot of proxies, but it's really up to what you want in the end, right? So for example, what we can really do is, if we want to add a bit of abstraction, for example, here you could put like a big proxy that will simply abstract this, or behind, kind of at the back. Let's see where framing is. Go, for example, like this, just to get rid of detail that might otherwise be too distracting to the overall shot. Duplicate this and put it over there. No, I kind of like that stone, so let me instead put it here. Overall, it might be a bit too strong, the bleeding, so I can tweak the intensity of all of their bleeding. Like that, I like it. So this is it for proxies. I'm gonna try some funkiness in the next video. Let's see how that turns out.